We had that setup in Rhode Island that was perfect in the beginning.
Yeah, you had an actual table and everything.
Yeah, now we're like on the road. You know what's funny? I kind of like this when I have to watch them and like edit them and get the clips and stuff. I like it visually is better, which is funny because Sarah just shoots it through her iPhone, and we just get like good audio recording.
That's like the thing. Everybody does shit through the phone now. Like you don't need a camera no more. You don't need shit.
Yeah, the phone is like all you need. That iPhone is like perfect. But you got the newer one, right?
I got the 12 mini.
It's still good. It's
as long as it has a camera, dude. It don't matter.
Well, I think it's more about like what you're shooting than like how it looks. That's kind of funny. It's like a deep layer to what we talk about like with products where like these days it's just packaging, right? You could just like make money and sell weed if it's like shitty and it's like in a nice packaging.
You don't even have to look at the weed. It's just packaging sells with everything. Package will change your life.
And with podcasts, like why is like Joe Rogan the most popular podcast? It's like not shot the best or whatever, but it's like pure. It's good. You know, like I think that's why I love that headband or like certain strains. Maybe why people love haze or, you know, certain strains from like nostalgia is like that feeling, right? That's like just like connecting. I've been thinking a lot recently when it comes to marketing and stuff we've been doing in New York, where it's like has nothing to do with like words or like the way something looks. It doesn't because as long as that resonates to like a feeling. You know, because we were just talking too, like you have like a basic brand, like you were just talking about your colors. Mm-hmm. Like you're like, it's my colors, right? But like, it's funny because it's almost the opposite. Because we go back, like I'm super excited about doing this one with you because I think you just have history, you have an energy. It's a reason why like people have liked buying weed from us. So you'll be able to sell weed for the rest of your life.
You're not buying weed. It's the relationship. It's being a people person, being able to talk and relate like
it's
people.
Energy.
Yeah.
Like a connection.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes in this community, people just like you. I tell Sarah all the time, just like moving up in the industry or wherever you go, sometimes you just need to be a really good hang. Like just be cool and then work really hard. You know, like all these other things.
Watching.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like as long as you could just like work really hard and like be a good like fun hang, you could really do anything with this shit. So I think that the reason why you've done so well is because you give off like a vibe. You know, like you give off something more than just the people that are getting high. In New York, we try to like sell someone a story or an energy when they buy something because they take it home and then they get high, right? So it's like a feeling. It's all feelings. So do you get that? Like when you're out like doing, because you do a lot of events, you do a lot of things like that.
And it sucks because like I wish Jamie was here because like she even said it this morning. She's like, I wish I was there so we could talk because I can't tell you how many people are like, yo, your guys' energy together, that it's like a couple and you guys are doing this thing together and working and doing so much more and pumping out these flavors. You know, we have like a really cool dynamic.
Yeah.
So like what I lack, you know, she picks up on a little bit. Not that like I don't want to call myself where it's like it's mine, you know, like it's ours, but you know, we definitely pick up for each other.
This podcast is brought to you by Latham Bagel Shop, 638 Columbia Street in Latham, New York. We love these guys. I personally loved their brownie. You didn't get any of that brownie, Sarah, behind the camera, because I ate the whole thing. It was one of those late nights going into the kitchen, taking one bite, and then I had to eat the whole thing. Shout out Latham Bagel. We love you guys. They get their dough from Long Island. Family-oriented, family-run business. Right down the street from the bakery dispensary in Cohoes, New York. Shout out you guys. We love you. Appreciate you supporting and sponsoring the podcast. Hopefully more collaborations to come. Be on the lookout for a new merch drop from us, the Dutch Master hats. You could go to www.breakfastconnections.co to see the prices and see the new limited drop of those Dutch Master hats. Thank you guys for supporting the show. This has been a lot of fun. Stay tuned for more drops. We're in 30 to 40 dispensaries. We have Living Soil indoor grown flower from Growing Renaissance coming out this week. We have very affordable eighths at $30. You know we got the $10 blunts all over upstate down into the Bronx, New York. We love you guys. Back to the show.
So let's go back to where we started too, where this is like the first time I'm like this is the most excited I've been about a podcast. We've been talking about it forever because I think we've known each other since 2007. We came up with the same people in an interesting environment selling weed and like what the weed community was back then. And I don't know, we both have ups and downs. We both have traveled through life like doing business together and like seeing us do things on our own. And I don't know, man. I'm legit like proud of you, and it's like cool to like have you be like a peer, of like because I'm able sometimes to like look at what you're doing and be like, all right, I don't know. There's some type of connection because we hustled with the same people a long time ago. We've been on different paths, but then like you meet up with someone, they're like still doing it.
I beat Paul a decade ago for a pound of weed.
You just like went right to it.
Anything could happen. Anything could happen.
Dude, I'll tell you what. And if we go directly to that, I'll give you some props. Because
you were talking about how you go different ways.
Yeah,
and it's like, all right, no, we were heavy with shit. And then it just like, drugs, dude. And it's like, I'm thankful that I didn't become Punchkins or anything in the scene while I was fucking up, because my name would be tarnished right now. So
yeah. Well, you know what's interesting is that like, what does it take to tarnish a name?
nothing.
Because like I was gonna say though, is that when I met up with you, I mean, obviously it's like, all right, that dude owes me money, cool, whatever. But like, but obviously I'm not gonna like lie, like that's. But I was like, it's if anyone who's like this has happened to, all of us have like kind of had this happen to in the industry. Usually when you see those people, you're like, you don't really think about the money. You obviously do, but then you're not like, it's not everything.
It was a literal 10 years just about that we had seen each other.
But you immediately like you gave me money without me even saying anything.
Well, yeah, dude.
You put money like in my hand. You're like, yo, this isn't all of it, but like I'm gonna break you off with it. I was like, cool, dude. It's nice to see you, and like it's really nice to see you, and I can't wait to see you the next time. So you made it, but like that's my point of what can tarnish your reputation, because it's funny how you could tarnish a reputation, but then you do something like that. Is I almost have more respect for people who have been through something and then they hit you off just like that. Ask homie Trav. Like, dude, me and him have had some shit, and like I had to do similar shit, and me and him are tighter than ever. We all go through shit, and we do those types of things, and then when you're able to get back up, and then you're like, this is my morals now.
It's almost crazy.
It makes it better almost.
Because like the smaller things I feel like are what matters more. Or like, okay, somebody could beat you, whatever, but there's like, okay, this happened, whatever, where it's like, okay, some stupid shit happened. I know him. It wasn't malicious, or maybe he was fucked up on drugs or was in a bad place, but like something as easy as like stepping on your boy's toes or going around somebody, like that type of shit is bigger than like honesty.
Yeah.
Is so much bigger than like some bigger stuff.
Yeah.
If that makes sense at all.
Yeah.
Like I get bothered by stuff like, I don't know, like for instance, say I got rosin from you for years, and fucking Puppy over here was buying rosin from me, only got your rosin from me.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden just started grabbing rosin direct from you, but still wanted everything else I had. Where it's like, bro, what the fuck is that? Like, dude, like you got to know your place. You got to know how like things work. And that's just not, it's all about transparency.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a code. It's honor.
I still deal with that shit. Cause like, I think in my life, I've had to like, not necessarily, well, I guess I've definitely lied. But like I've had to like make things bigger than it seemed to like reach a goal that I had. At least was my problem, right?
Faking until you make it type shit.
Yeah. Which is lying. But it's like you use different terminologies
Is
and
it a
different
white
energies.
lie?
It makes it feel.
But I
yeah,
feel like there's a
exactly.
difference between like lying, like again, maliciously.
Yeah, it
and,
depends on
like-
what the goal of the lie is, right? And that could be sketchy though. As someone who's like,
Yeah, I'm
had
not
to deal with
saying
that
like
shit,
you just
yeah.
gotta lie to get ahead or nothing
Yeah.
like that. But I mean, dude, if you gotta like put yourself on a pedestal and
Yeah.
like have a little bit more confidence and act like you are the biggest thing in the room,
Right.
Like, yo, like you can't act like you're a fucking nobody. If you're gonna tell yourself you're a nobody, you want to be
You'll
a
be a
victim.
nobody.
You're gonna be a victim the rest of your
Yeah,
life. So
absolutely.
like,
That's a good point, dude.
you gotta
Man.
make it happen.
Dude, it's cool to have you on here, man. And then we just go like straight into like deep cuts.
No bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. That's cool. Yeah, that's something I've had to deal with, man. And that's just something interesting. We're talking about like what really gives you a reputation, right? And you know, we know a lot of people that are older than us that we hustled with back in the day.
Well, we came up in a whole different era. So, like, this is what
Remember the
trips me out. Is like you have all these younger kids who just work through Telegram. Everything's Telegram. They didn't
Yeah.
have to go out there and build and actually meet somebody
Yeah.
and build a relationship and go meet somebody. Like, no, any jack off, like with their dad's fucking credit card, can have packs shipped to their fucking door the next
Yeah.
day. And, you know, that's why the market's fucked right now.
Yeah.
So, like,
I always talk about how packs are a big deal, right? That people talk about it.
What
and
do
it's
you
like
mean,
they
big deal?
brag about it. They're like, I got this pack from Cali, whatever, right? Where remember back when we were doing shit where it was like it was
No.
an exclusive secret club type of shit where like I remember when I found out was when I moved to California. And we were hustling like and everything before that. You know, but like when I moved out there and I had strains like the White, the LA Confidential Cheese, all these different things, right? And it's like when we knew when we were fucking around, I remember I'd be like, I'm getting this from Cali, whatever. That was like our secret club. You like didn't want to tell people, or do you think it was like? I don't even remember. Were you selling it like it was Cali weed, or we just like had the best?
dude,
weed?
nobody cared. It
was-
wasn't
yeah,
a thing.
it was
Like,
just
dude,
that it was weed.
nowadays it's like people. You remember for a while, everybody was like, "No, fuck Cali."
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, it
Yes,
was like,
yes,
"Fuck
yes, yes, yes,
Cali."
yes,
I
yep.
mean, then there was like goes in waves
want-
where
it was
like
Cali
people were like,
packs were
"Cali's the
bad."
best." Oh,
Right.
when we were at that point,
That was Cali was the best weed. Yeah, rappers were like talking about it. They'd be like, I got my weed from Cali.
2010, 11, yeah,
Wiz
California
Khalifa
was
currency
the,
era. Yeah.
So yeah, and I mean, dude, packs also were $thousands more. Packs
Thousands
weren't
of dollars more.
$800.
No, they were like
There was
44.
no, yeah.
If you were getting a deal.
Yeah, if you bought 10 of them.
Yeah.
Dude, like
Yeah.
to get real fire too. Like these young kids have no idea. These young kids don't even know what brickweed is.
Well, yo, we were talking about the Bubba, so you got to tell me more about that when we were talking, because that was funny. Because, dude, I tell people all the time, like the growers I work with, I'm like, good Bubba. Like I was telling you about Lobster's Bubba Piff. And like, dude, Bubba,
the
to me,
taste in
I
the
love that
nose.
shit. I love that shit.
Like I could like
It's like a
see it,
sting.
like the sugar leaf
Yeah.
wrapped around the bud.
Yeah.
Like you break everything down and like, I don't know. It's like it's that taste.
Mm-hmm.
Like what you wanted is like how I feel like how all these like the certain teen kids like want fucking candy. Like they're
Yeah.
chasing that gelato or runts. Like they're chasing that type of shit. And that's like what Bubba was.
yeah.
Bubba
yeah.
was that original like,
Yep.
dude, kids just wanted like, do you have like, dude,
Bubba.
it's nuts. Just
I remember-
Bubba Kush,
I
all
think-
different types of
I think
Kush.
I remember because we used to fuck around with the same people. I remember there was like a granddaddy purple phase. As I got older, I learned that those were the just purple
Well, yeah,
mids from
homie
Canada.
was fucking
Yeah.
bringing in all types of fire, dude.
Yeah, and then, dude, we had, there was some cheese. There was some straight cheese that was like such beautiful, puffy, red,
Yeah, you
orange
remember when
hairs.
that? And then like the Cheezel came out, and the Cheezel was tighter, and like, dude, I miss shit. I miss the old Blue Dream,
Yeah.
like before it became like puffy ass blueberry buds. Like Blue Dream used to straight up be like fucking thick. Like yo, it was just yeah, it was thin, small buds. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't as blueberry. Now it's just super blueberries, fucking
Yeah.
shit. Like, no, I want the haze in it, dude.
Do you think it was just there just wasn't as much weed? People would just grow fields of strains, and like there was just like tons of Blue Dream, tons of Super Silver Haze, tons of Granddaddy Perp, tons of Purple Urkel.
Well, I don't know if that's why people hate on it now so much. Like you see a lot of older
Yeah.
heads, they talk so much shit and they're like fucking Blue Dream, you know,
Yeah.
like
That shit
that's
was,
probably
that shit
why.
was
Like we
out.
were too young to really
Yeah.
know. Like, bro, I wasn't out there in the field. I was fucking
Yeah.
16 years old buying $1,400 QPs of Blue Dream and breaking it down into $120, $140 quarters. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
No.
times,
You got
dude.
you just that coming from you just like got emotional for me. I was like, oh man, that was such a time, dude. That was I don't know about you. That
That was
the
real
best time.
work, dude.
Yeah.
To
You're talking about
really bag up
relationships
shit,
and like
and you were like, everybody knew, okay, your dubs were fucking .8s.
yeah. And I'd
Like at
collect the
least if they
0.2s
were
and I'd smoke a
.8s,
0.8.
yeah, dude. Like that's how, yeah. 'cause,
Yeah.
bro. Fucking times were rough.
You know what I want to talk to you about too, though, was the fucking slab days. You like introduced me to the beginning.
Yeah,
slab
dude, and your
days.
boy, I still talk about that. Honestly,
That
if
was
I didn't have a falling
crazy.
out with my boy, I would still talk about it to him. But fucking, you had fucking Skylar blast that shit. I said, just let me run that shit.
Yeah.
And then you ended up giving it to me. You're like, can you fix this? I said, no, it's fucked. You ran a whole bunch of shit,
Yeah.
dude. I was like, no, please just let me run it. We were open blasting.
So yeah,
Like
and then back at
maniacs.
Skylar's house, dude. Like
Dude,
that was so
like,
crazy.
dude, we
had
knew
no
what
idea.
we did. I mean, I kind of knew what I was doing. I mean,
For that
YouTube
time,
wasn't
we were
popping
experts.
yet.
But like
Yeah.
for that time, we were what an expert would be.
no, I had
right?
the
No one else was
temperature. I had
doing
the
it.
tools. I was double boiling shit. Like
Yeah.
we had a purger. Like we had what we needed
What
to
year
make
was
it
that?
happen. Just 2011.
Yeah, it's crazy how long ago that was. Almost 15 years ago. That's so wild. But that's what bringing it back to how we started this thing about the energy that you give off. Sometimes I think that it's just that we've been in it a long time. And like, dude, when I go out to New York, you know, we've been in the same.
Well, that we're comfortable saying that
Maybe.
it's like it's not like new.
It's hard to shock us with anything new weed related. It's true.
I mean, yeah, you want me to be real? I pop, you know what I pop over is like when I smell something and I get the nostalgia. I'm like, yo, what are the genetics of this? Because this smells like something I had when I was in high school.
Yes.
And it happens. It doesn't happen a lot, but when it does, it's fucking awesome.
That's what I had with that Bubba Piff I was telling
You
you.
know,
from the
people
Bubba
give me shit and
conversation.
they're like, okay, it's called fucking poop dog, whatever. And you're like, oh man, this got a crazy nose or taste. And you go back fucking through the lineage, ate things up, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's fucking, it's got AK in there. You know? Or it's got
Another
white
one.
shark or some stupid shit, white
Shark.
rhino. Like,
Yeah.
dude, just
Ooh,
all
white
these
rhino.
things you don't hear these names are dead.
White Rhino was like lemon, right?
Dude, honestly, I couldn't even remember. I just remember the buds being like really dense and fucking white looking. Like my
Yeah.
boy went to the Cannabis Cup and brought
Yeah.
that shit back one year that I won. I think maybe that was like
Yeah.
2000.
That was probably like 2008, right?
I was gonna say, yeah, because
Yeah.
I was getting tattooed. Because my tattoo artist who was going out.
I can't
doing
believe
that
we've
up
been
to Colorado.
Tommy, who you met like when we were on that Zoom call,
Mm.
because I told him that you were at that event.
Well, the cement floor event.
Yeah, and so we were we talked.
I
to
was
him.
working the vape shop. I was running the vape shop.
Crazy, and we'll get to that. But what he was talking to me about was, do you remember when you like first bought weed? Right, like obviously all of us didn't. I would be surprised to meet someone.
In a cigarette cellophane.
Well, here's it's great, yeah. But I would be surprised to meet someone that like sold weed before they smoked it. I think we know
Yo,
one homie that was a big
realistically,
plug
like,
that was
really
the case.
was like me. Like, not that I was selling it, but like I was acquiring it
This is exactly
for
what I'm getting
people
at.
before, and I was like, oh, there's actually money in this.
This is exactly what I'm getting at. And he said the same thing. A lot of us who like were in the game, like or whatever, I sometimes hate saying that, but like from the history that we share, it's interesting where I don't really remember buying weed that wasn't what you just said, where it wasn't just like figuring out a way to finesse it to give to someone else and then smoke a little bit myself. Because like for example, he was like, I remember getting a quarter and selling 6 grams of it as a quarter and smoking a gram and making $20.
Yeah,
and
the
being
first
like,
time
whoa.
I got like weight, I remember we used to buy like dubs and 10 bags. We'd go to Fairhaven and we buy bags for like $5. And the piff, which like we just thought was good weed that they called piff. Like,
Yeah.
fucking hilarious that it's a real, like, when I
Yeah.
found out it was a real strain, it blew my mind like a few years back. But that was like the only weed we got.
Piff and Hetties.
And then there was like mids came around.
Beasters.
Brick was fucking heavy. I remember asking kids like, well, how many dimes is that? I could really remember like
Yeah.
my boy being like, oh, you'll get an eighth or you can get this. And I'm like, what
Yeah.
does that mean, dude?
Yeah,
how many
bags?
how many
little
dimes
bags?
is that, bro?
Yeah.
Like so like yeah, I remember like getting the quarter and like seeing it and being like, oh, it's like this is what 7 grams look like. Like you're not buying 7 skimpy bags. Like that's when
Yeah.
it like clicked where it's like, oh, like I can take this
Yeah.
and fucking put I don't have to weigh it. I could literally
Yeah.
just stuff fucking, I mean, it was part stem.
Yeah.
So like the bags were fat, but that's what it was.
I remember going to Sunshine Daydream, and it was going to get those little baggies. Remember how cool it was?
You
to
can't,
get
you
those
couldn't
bags?
even say fucking, let me get a dime bag. They'd fucking
Remember,
beat
I
you.
remember being like, I have to figure out the way to say it, and it was
Jewelry
jewelry
bag.
bags. Yeah, get jewelry bags, and they'd have like little Batman sticker.
Meanwhile,
things
they
on
were
them.
selling nitrous at the same time.
Allegedly.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a mad long ago. It's okay.
Yeah. No, we're good.
No, they don't even sell nitrous anymore. They stopped. Because I remember once I got old enough to like do it, I was like, "Oh shit, they sell crackers," and they were like, "Yeah, we don't sell them anymore."
We talk all the time about how funny it was. Like, it was again going back to secret club type of thing. Like we were saying about the Cali packs and going into Sunshine Daydreaming, being able to go in the back room.
Well,
to
it was
see the glass.
also like fucking the High Times magazine shit. You know,
Yeah.
like if you were really into it, like you had High Times. Like there was no internet.
Yeah.
There was, but there was nothing like what you would Google weed and like maybe there'd be like a couple pictures like from random kids' parties and stuff on there. But dude, the internet isn't like it was today where you can
Yeah.
type in any weed strain, you can type in anything and find it. Like
Yeah.
back then it was like we wanted education. Like, okay, we got to order some magazines.
And the people who want education sold weed. That's what it was. Anyone else who was not selling weed didn't care anymore. And a lot of those people we know don't even really smoke weed. They'll be like, "You still are doing this, man?"
I remember getting.
It's like, yeah, dude, I'm fucking. This is my life. I'm proud for.
Those are the
I'm
same
prideful.
type of kids now where it's like it's just weed to them. You know, like they
Yeah.
go to the dispensary, like it's just weed or like it's mad. They
gotta tell you,
love the
though.
percentage high, and those kids are the worst people to deal with.
I was about
The
to
people
say.
who are at the dispensary because like
Yeah.
they don't know what this is. They're like, well, I don't know what that name is. Why is it this? They want an indica, like they want high percentage. They it's
And they
it's,
don't want to learn either. Which is
no,
kind of the
you can't
interesting thing.
teach them anything. They know it all because they shopped in the dispo for 3 months.
That's why our whole thing is convenience. That's why even like with the coffee cup logo, it's like we want to make convenient products that are affordable, that are like good, because it's like I don't want if I've had people being like, why don't you like have better product in there? It's because it would cost more money, and that's not the people I sell these things to. You know what I mean? And like what I call those people is like caviar eaters. Like we're caviar eaters in the
Same-
world of weed.
I mean, people say it too. They're like, well, how many, can't tell you how many of my boys, and people are like, well, why don't you just use all rosin for the punchkins? Just go straight rosin. I'm like,
You
because
want to
it's
spend
unnecessary.
$100?
It's unnecessary.
Yeah. It's not like
And
that's not
people
how it works.
fucking love what they are. People love what they do. I've been doing it for February. Valentine's Day is 4 years.
You did it on Valentine's Day? That's
Yeah,
cute.
it was our drop. Is when we
Nice.
dropped out of the
Nice.
first session. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
But-
it was funny. I didn't really, because when I went to the High Bazaar shit, like I didn't even really know about the sesh scene. The sesh scene.
Yeah, that was a lot of people's first event. I remember certain kids being there, like, because you had kids coming out of the woodwork who were just like, oh, I can buy weed here. You had kids buying weed from like me one week, and the next week they have a table. And it's like, what
forgot
the
about
fuck's
that.
going on,
Yeah.
dude?
That shit got so out of
Literally
control.
stole a tablecloth from their mom, fucking
Dude.
threw it on their fucking table. It's like,
I
oh.
told the Kevin, remember the kid Kevin from Connecticut? He had like the t-shirt brand thing.
Yeah.
I told him when he was on the podcast, we were like, you have the best quote ever when we were out there. And people were so crazy. and they were like,
we're protected.
you know,
We're safe here, bro. We're not, dude. You fucking idiot.
well,
I'll never forget that.
You were in the street, and you're like, dude, is not everyone in here allegedly like we're like selling weed like at a fucking garage out of like a fucking warehouse? Like, why are you like trying to say that it's like more than what this is? Like, people were like freaking out so much about it, and it's funny to see where people like you and me have gone past that. And have done our own little things, and like, you know, I know you're the type of person that are, you know, we
use that shit as a stepping stool.
Absolutely,
like, you know what I
that's
mean?
exactly
It wasn't
my
a spot
point.
where it's like, okay, I need this, or once it's like a lot of people when that shit ended, it's like, I mean,
it was a megaphone. That's what it was. It was a megaphone. It was an exclamation
Shouts out
point.
them.
Absolutely. I try to give them credit for that, and like obviously,
Shouts out High Bizarre.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
they
got
fucking
to.
did that shit.
That
dude.
shit was
Like,
wild. That shit was so, dude. We were in there at 4 a.m. I talked about this.
nah,
shit all-
motherfuckers don't know,
Yeah,
dude.
that was
Fighting for
insane.
fucking spots, lining
3 in
up
the morning.
fucking early, dude.
3 a.m, homies like Louie
For
and
the event to
they
open
would,
at
they would
10.
come from Bridgeport. He just wouldn't sleep. I remember he would tell me. He just wouldn't sleep.
Dude, me and Jamie would fucking.
Exhausted like a walking zombie. Sometimes.
We all were,
baked.
dude, because we were there from
He
3
was the
a.m.
worst, though.
I was bringing
bad.
coolers with like milk and cereal and bowls.
Oh, yeah.
Like, bro, I didn't care at all.
That was such a trap.
And then
It was
I would just
insane.
leave. Like, there was one.
Nobody thought it. Some people didn't even think it was trapping, which is crazy.
No, they were like, no, it's, dude, it's just so crazy. It's so crazy to think that, like, all right. People didn't know they were sessions. I remember like certain kids who were like new vendors, like they only had vended at the bazaar, and they'd be like, I remember walking by one kid and I heard him say, did you know there's another bazaar? And it's like, bro, they're not, this is the only bazaar, man.
They literally
like,
call
they're
them
just
bazaars.
bazaars. Like, no, dude,
What's the
this is the
greatest trick the
bazaar.
devil ever
Like,
pulled?
these other events have been around, and it's like,
Yeah.
they've been doing it, and like, which I do see, like, all those other events just got ran out of water because
Dude,
it's
that-
like, dude,
yeah.
don't like. How do you compete? You had every single person. You had people from other states going into one spot on Saturday and Sunday, literally a flea market for anything of
It
just
was a
everybody.
mad
So why do you want to go
rush.
anywhere else?
Remember, it was a mad rush. Like, people like you would like, I remember you and like Obi and like certain like brands.
Yeah, Anxiety City.
And when I had, that's why the strawberry cream cheese was cool when I had it there. Was like, I used to go there allegedly, and I would sell out
Anxiety
fast
City.
of a thing. Like, if you had a thing
Yeah, if it
that
was
people
your
wanted,
thing.
people would mad rush to your fucking table, and then it would just go. You would only be there for like 20 minutes sometimes.
I remember like it would happen where like because I wasn't doing any meets or nothing. I was like strictly
Yeah.
like doing the event.
Pop up, see me here.
So I would just do that shit, and like I would like go there Saturday, and I like would have to tell Jamie like, yo, like if I made like 400 or 500 or something like that, something stupid, like whatever number, and I'd say if I get under, I'll call you and let you know to start baking. You know, and it would
What a
like it would
time.
always happen
What
that
a
like
time.
Saturday I'd be like, yo, start baking because
What a
we gotta
time.
come back tomorrow, and I'm gonna have nothing.
What a time. Do you think it'll ever? Nah. I like cut
Nothing
myself
like
up,
that will ever happen again, dude. That was insane. No, nothing like ever. That was just
to the strawberry cream
insane.
cheese to the high bazaar on that one.
Yeah,
Take a
dude.
little rip of that. That was a wild time.
Dude, it's just nothing can happen like that again.
No.
I mean, bro, there
But look
is
how-
a spot.
yeah.
Like I'm not even gonna drop no names of shit that's like, you know, like just G code, like shit that's still going on. But like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like there's shit that's going on,
Yeah.
and it's like so reckless, and I don't know. Like
Well,
I
we're not-
understand certain people think things are safe or whatever, but it's like it's only a matter of time for something to happen, and when it does happen, like it's not gonna be cool.
You gotta
I
be
don't
on your
know.
shit. You gotta be
You
on your
have to.
shit.
It can happen
You have to
fucking
pivot.
anywhere, no matter what. Like that's why everybody was always as so safe in the city. They think the city's safe. Where it's like, bro, they're shutting down how many fucking bodegas, this and that.
Yeah.
Like, bro, people know.
They
like,
can do what they want when they want. You know, like that. They'll come in and fuck your shit up, like when they want to. Even us, dude. We're in the legal market. Do you know how many fucking people in the legal market are? That shit's all shit. Do you know how many people talk all the time about how most of the percentage of the flower is just like in packs from out of state in the legal market? In the legal market. So it's just crazy all over the place, especially in New York.
It's all lies.
Yeah.
It's all lies. That's why, like, I'm content with, like, doing shit where it's like I want to. Like, I need to, like, realistically, like, need to get the license in New York and take over with Maine so I could just start working in different facilities for people.
I love that. Well, it's probably just going to come down to, like, how you guys want to live. But we could talk about that off camera. That's very personal.
Yeah. What I want to do. I mean,
yeah.
dude.
But I mean,
I don't want to live in Maine. I'd love to live in Maine part time. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go up there for like a week out of the month.
My brother's
come back
trying
home,
to do that
my
right now.
shit.
It's tough. It's just the driving. I mean, I drive the same amount the other way in New York every week, so it's just like you got to be able to do the driving. I want self-driving cars.
Driving sucks. I mean, I drive. I used to love driving. Now I'm just like kind of over it by myself. As long as I got someone in the car, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But like by myself, I get bored.
It is a big difference. She comes out to the events with me in New York, and it's always. I think I say that every time. I'm like, I think it went by a lot faster.
Talk the entire time.
Yeah, because I'm usually talking in my head the whole.
Yeah,
time,
Jamie gets
times.
pissed. She's like, there's been a few times she's like, you haven't stopped talking once this entire car ride. Like,
You don't understand. This is. I finally have a human. I don't have to talk to myself.
Sometimes I'm so tired and I want to fall asleep, but I just can't because he's just.
But we have to get up there super early. But yo, let's take it back. Let's talk about the white. Tell me how you feel about the strain, the white.
I don't even remember like what the genetics were on that bitch.
Me either, but I
that
found
shit
out recently.
was so crazy.
Wi-Fi OG and something else.
I got a T-shirt.
Oh no way! You have the Heisenbud one?
Yeah, with the
The
bud.
Walter White.
With the bud.
Skylar
Yeah.
drew that by hand.
I have a few T-shirts. I was gonna bring the Fluent sweatshirt too. That's what I was gonna wear, and I didn't wash it in time. Or I was like, all right, I can't just put that on for the fuck of it.
Shout out Rex Slophaven. He was, dude. So he went through. He's been going through it himself, and he's out in California now, and he's still printing some shirts for us. But he's like, dude, I was so teased working with him. Like, he's like such a good printer. You know, remember my buddy, right? Yeah, the t-shirt printer guy, and.
Yeah, the black eye when I met him,
things,
and I was like, this kid's sick.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like dope.
Like, you got black
First
eye, that's my
impression
dog.
means everything. Dude.
Yeah. And but like those things, everyone always is like, is it gonna shrink in the wash? It's like, no. Is it like the shit gonna fold? Like, no. It's so funny how everyone makes merch and they
Everybody
it's
wants
trash.
to make merch.
And it's like trash. Like, if you don't
Everybody
know
wanna be a
little ins and
trap.
outs, you're fucked, dude. So like, but that's the thing. I kind of got teased with. That's why we try to like only come out with merch at certain situations.
I need more.
Yeah. Hey, dude.
I don't do enough shit.
We
I'm
will,
just so busy. I do too much.
I'll tell you about something that's hopefully upcoming off camera. We can't talk about it on here.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it'll just happen. But we have some really cool fucking merch to show you now, like based off the blunts and like where we come from, the culture. It's sick.
Where was the other weed? That you
LA
guys
Confidential
had?
cheese, the
The
purple cheese,
cheese. The cheese.
the purple cheese. It was that the white. The white was it though. Dude.
Yeah, no, the white was the one.
I'm trying to think of other ones though, because it was around that time, and that was around that
You
time.
had sour. You had that shirt, the green long sleeve. It said sour diesel and purple.
Yeah. So I probably had sour diesel too. We used to get this shit called mountain sour all the time, and I was
Was
in
it the mountain cut of sour or something? Like
I don't know. So here's the thing. I was in Astor Club, and I'm sitting at this table, and Ben's there. So again, we were just talking about like you never know who's gonna be there. So I have the headband in there. We're smoking the headband. They love the headband there, and we're just talking about sour because it's a sour OG cross headband. There's different types of variations. This one's the 707, but I was talking just in general. I was like, I was in the Bay Area, and I would get mountain sour all the time from Humboldt, all the time. And there's a lot of people I know who would get outdoor sour from Humboldt, and we would get it for like 26 to 28, and we would sell it for like 45, and we would do packs and shit. And I was talking about this at the table, and this guy was like telling me about how there's like this guy, and he was like dropping people's names, and I was like, I don't know who I was talking to at that table, but it seems like they know. I was in the right environment for whoever was saying that they know. But like I don't know the thing with sour. I mean, you probably hear all the discussions about it because you're in the high end world. But like I don't know. I mean, I'm lucky I have that headband, so I just smoke that all the time. I'm always buying that and smoking it. So it's like,
I haven't smoked it in so long.
Like real sour.
Headband.
Oh, I'll show you some. It's so good. I just love it. I guess they call it that.
I mean, no, even real sour. Every motherfucker's got sour. I haven't had real sour. Like, dude, I remember having sour at one point. Like,
I've had very
when I was in high school. No, maybe I was probably like, I think it was probably like 22, 23 at the time. And I had this sour that like, I remember waking up in the middle of the night and it was fucking like nauseating. Yeah. Like it was so strong that I was like, oh my God. Like it was a Fruity Pebble sour.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that cut. That was the last time. It was a summer, maybe 2015 or 16. I had sour diesel strains the whole fucking summer, from spring till summer, and then it disappeared.
We were so
and I never saw it again.
So dude, do you ever trip out on that? I like to tell people. I'll be like, you don't know what you were smoking.
No,
like,
I really
my
knew
buddy
how
who
much
doesn't-
weed we fucking that
and the
was
type
fire.
of weed that we had like the best weed in the world.
Because I would go to mad festivals and I would see what other kids had, and I'm like, damn, y'all are from Colorado, y'all are from California, and it's like my boy
Smoking
said
booth
it best.
back.
He's like, you got to understand. He's like, just because they're from these states, he's like, doesn't mean shit. He's like, we have people here who will
tapped
pay
in.
the money.
Yeah.
And get weed that they can't even get. And I was like, oh, I get that. He's like, yeah, we're from Connecticut, dude.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
New York, like people pay
Yes.
top dollar for weed. And like, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, I loved weed when I was younger, but I still only like understood so much about it at fucking 18, 19. Like, yeah, I knew strains I liked, but like, it's not like it is now, dude, where
Yeah.
people are all fucking, everybody's a weed nerd.
Yeah.
Everybody knows everything about everything.
Right. Yeah, so it's like it's almost even when we bring up the strains that we had, it's almost unbelievable sometimes. You know? So
like
like
you were saying, how everything now, it's just like you could travel back, and
Yeah.
that's what it was. Like
Yep.
they're there, but they're not.
Yeah.
Like Jamie will ask, where did that go? It's around. It's just this now.
Yeah, and you have it's
Just been fucked 7 times and turned into that.
Yep, hybridized and everything's turned to mids.
It's all hybrids. It's when people ask me, people always ask, like my cousin the other day, I was like, yeah, my girlfriend wants a sativa. I fucking laugh.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, okay.
I got weed and it's good.
Like one, I could probably get you some fucking hate. She's gonna hate it. Like if I really gave her a sativa, all these people who want
Very
sativa,
real.
if I gave it to you, you'd fucking
you'd hate it.
dislike it.
Like,
You'd be
why did I
what
just
is
pay
this?
for that? Yeah, and you have to pay double.
Like, why does it look like this? Why does it
Yeah.
smell like this? And
Yeah.
it tastes fucking terrible.
Yeah.
You know? People would be
Right.
like, it smells like mold.
Yeah, exactly. Ammonia. That's like literally what that shit was, is ammonia.
Is the jar clean? Like,
Yeah,
what the
right.
fuck?
Right. I had someone a couple years ago who I gave this shit called Garlic Crusher to, and it was like rank GMO, and he didn't want it because it smelled too like garlic. It's so funny, like how that has
People
changed.
don't understand. I mean, people hate GMO now. GMO got a lot of hate.
Well, I heard that is
GMO's got a lot
HLV.
of fucking hate.
I heard the HLV is like from the GMO.
Okay.
So I think that's like around the growers and breeders and shit. The that's like a reason why people don't like it, is it carry the HLV. But it's funny, dude. Connecticut actually kind of has a good weed culture, and we were a part of it. We were talking about that event we were at. Dude, I remember the Bavita owners were there.
Who?
The owners of Bavita. Remember the Bavita packs?
Oh, yo.
They were there, and they were in. There were 2 guys. Like, we just started this company. They literally were.
They weren't even vending. They were just walking around, right?
They had a table. I remember being blown away by them and being blown away by Cushley. Remember Cushley? The organic weed sanitizer and the candles.
The spray.
Yeah. That was
It
crazy.
was
and
good, dude. The
Yeah,
shit
it-
really did make the shit disappear. I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
And it was
And
organic.
it wasn't like Ozium where it's like, okay, you clearly sprayed some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
no,
gonna
this
kill
just
us.
like, No, that literally just made the weed smoke disappear.
Yeah.
And it was like fresh. It was
Yeah.
just made fresh. It was nice. What happened to those guys?
Cushley's still around. I see Cushley at different places. Like I
They
see.
have an agreement with the Poo-Poo-Pourri.
Poopery?
Yeah.
Cushley
Really?
Yeah. They,
Damn, they're making mad money
for them.
now.
It
Fuck.
was some older lady too.
Dude,
Really?
Poopery's crazy. That's fucking wild.
That's so cool.
I can't wait to tell Jamie about that.
But that's the
Fucking
thing,
wild.
dude. There was the owner. There's that. There was the owners of Bovita. I remember the guy from Rubber. That's those bags that they put in the weed. And like there was these two like gigantic dudes with like.
I don't
overalls
remember
and
him,
shit.
bro.
Yeah.
Don't remember him.
And then there was the people who would own head shops, and they would sell. They were
Yeah,
like
there was
selling-
mad headshots. Remember
Yeah.
the dude George from fucking
Rubber Match,
Rubber Match
dude.
was there?
Wonder whatever
Because
happened to
nobody
him.
knew what the fuck that event was.
Yeah.
Nobody knew. Nobody knew if like
I don't even,
are there
like,
going to
remember
be
what
cops?
we
We
were
were like,
doing.
are we going to get raided? You
Yeah.
guys were selling merch.
Yeah.
But you came from Cali, so you guys had like your cards and shit.
Yeah.
So you had like everybody who had their jars or had weed, like had like their fucking license, like almost like strapped
Yeah.
to their chest.
Right.
And everybody was like nervous to fucking bust
It was
out
so
the jars.
fucking
It was
in
cold.
there. I sold so
That's
many
how I
hoodies.
like
It was
feel like,
awesome.
yeah, dude, I had to fucking buy a bunch of like clothes
Yeah,
from
yeah.
you, dude.
I remember that.
It's freezing.
Yeah. That was so funny. That was like the beginning of like so much shit for us.
That was the beginning that was like the beginning of a lot.
Yeah, that was the
Of a
hash
real
time
lot.
too, like the shatter. Yeah.
Slabs, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, the white dude.
I will say me and my boy single-handedly like fucking brought like fucking BHO to Connecticut. Like,
yeah, bro.
I
Those
was
were good
pulling out
times.
torches and people are like, because I would have to like message kids because like people would hit me for fucking tree and shit and I'd be like, yo, you guys like fucking dabs?
I remember my friend.
Every-
I had this kid. I don't even talk to him anymore. Like I don't know where he's at. I think he like works for the water company in Connecticut. This kid named Rob Willard, and like he would come by my house, and I was like selling weed at the time in Brantford, and it was like right when around this shit came out, and he would have that big tank to like, and I'd be like, yo, check this out.
Oh,
like,
the actual fucking
yeah, and I would like
propane
blast
torch.
this banger that we get from
Those always
Sunshine.
made me nervous.
Dude, and we would do that, and I would just
The
put this crazy
propanes?
shit, just get this chunk, and just put it in there and get them so high. It was like so fun. As fucked up as it sounds now,
Titanium
it was so
fucking
fun
nails.
to get some people like crazy high. And that's
Shit
the,
is gross.
that's the thing though. It's like people used to just get high. That's like what it was instead of like all this like flavors and all this shit. Now like
There's no appreciativeness back
hash
then.
came around because people wanted to get higher. That's why it got popular. It wasn't really anything to do with that. It wasn't that it looked pretty. It wasn't anything. It was like, nah, dude, check this new thing out. It burns this hot, and then it gets you to feel like this.
But then look at fucking rosin where people were like, well, how can we fucking melt the ice water fucking hash without burning it so it's even cleaner?
Craft.
You know, where it's like, yeah, you just went
Craft.
from people were like, yo, let's blast this with butane and fucking dab it on a fucking titanium nail. Combusting the fuck out of it. I've watched nails go up in flames.
crazy.
You know, and now people are like, yeah, I like a fucking dab at 480.
Do you know why Shatter's not around?
What?
Do you know why Shatter's not around?
I can find mad shatter.
No
it's
way.
fucking there. I see people with fucking slabs all the time. You want it, I can get you it.
That's awesome. We'll have to
I'm
talk
not gonna
about that.
say it's
Yeah.
the best. Like I don't
care.
know, you know, but
Yeah, I
it's
just want
there.
shatter.
Like if you want to fucking zip
Yeah.
for fucking nostalgia,
Yes.
like yeah.
Yes. I would love that.
See you smoke like a snake.
That's what I do. That's why I,
I
like
used
it.
to fucking remember the glass nails.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You used to have to put the dome on it, and like you would have to snake it. If not, it would bubble off and would
Yeah.
fall off the nail.
Yeah. I like rolling them up in like the snake and then putting it in the blunts. That's why I like them. It's like the perfect thing for a blunt. The hash donut holes that everyone loves.
The
I feel like
hash holes.
Shatters that for a blunt. To me, I don't know. It's nostalgia, like we were saying. I loved that shit. And I love that you come in the
I miss
envelope.
that.
When I got popped in Illinois in 2014, I had like a bunch of it in the fucking envelopes and shit. Did you even know about that? I don't have to say it.
No, I don't think
won't.
so.
I won't go into it too much because I've said it a couple times on here. But like when I was hustling really hard in 2014, humbled me. I was driving across with a bunch of shit, like 7 to 10 pounds, and then a quarter pound of shatter. And yeah, I got luckily, you know, no priors, paid $10,000, lawyers, you know, just had probation for like 8 years
What state?
in Illinois. I'm still actually working on it right now to get it like completely off, which I guess you could do now as long as it's just weed.
Chicago, fuck, is Illinois out there like fucking
Chicago,
cool?
Illinois. It was in
It's
Lake
like,
County. They always have it
what's
on
the
live
weed laws
PD.
now?
Yeah, the weed laws are great. If I took the felony, they turned it from a felony 1 to a misdemeanor 3 possession, and I like faced the judge. I remember the judge going, "I don't want to make a mockery out of this courtroom. We all know he didn't have this for his personal," and I was like, "Oh fuck," you know. It was just like, luckily, I think it was because I was fucking just no prior white boy. Judge was trying to be like, you understand how lucky you are,
Yeah,
you know.
make a fool of you though.
Oh,
He's not gonna make an example. He'll make a fool of you though.
I don't know which one's worse.
When you get embarrassed in front of people, it sucks. Like,
Yeah.
because you can't do nothing to some people. You just gotta
Yeah.
fucking eat it.
Take it.
Humiliation is
Like, just
worse
gotta get
than
through this.
anything.
Just gotta get out of
You
this
gotta
room.
eat it.
I want to get out of this room. I'm in Illinois. I just want to go home.
Puts me into like a fight or flight.
Yeah, these days I used to be better at it when I was younger. I think because I was fucking dumb. Nowadays I like have learned from shit, so I like think of things too much, right? So my fight or flight is like I just like kind of wait for things to get by and try to make the best decision, you know, in those moments. But I always say that being clutch in sports is the same as fight or flight, like being able to like in heated situations like make the best decisions. When I used to like bring like weed on the plane back in the day, I remember I always think of that like Blow scene with Johnny Depp as George Young being like, I think about a nice party. For me, it always made me feel like I was 3 full count, runners on third, and it's a tie game in the bottom of the 9th inning. That's how it felt every time. And that's like whatever that feeling was to like get the hit, like that, like you're gonna get the hit, you're gonna strike out. There was like no in between. That's like how I felt. That's like the best comparison I felt. I know you played sports too, so I know you know what I'm talking about. You know, and I think that is.
I've been a lot of fucking fourth quarter, not fourth down, like fourth quarter, fucking 15-second plays, and like we scored on that last like seconds left.
That feeling
A
is the
few
same.
games, and it's like,
Exactly. Exactly. It's literally the same. That's exactly how I felt when I would like get on that airplane.
one of the last times
got
we
through.
flew, fucking, I had a whole bunch of shit on me.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Sorry, you said it far away from the mic, you know?
Yeah, right. Yeah, fucking crazy. No,
Yeah.
fucking like, dude, it's just
Nowadays, you're allowed to. You're actually, like, if you have a medical card, you can bring.
CBD.
Yeah, also that, too. That's true. No one would know. No one fucking knows. You know? They don't, like, if you could just say it's CBD and, like, what are you going to test it? It's crazy.
I mean, anywhere you go now, you basically could find anything. So,
Yeah, that's true.
like, it really is like that. You can travel anywhere and fucking find something. I mean,
Yeah. You can find good weed
I mean,
anywhere.
I feel like the Instagram world's so crazy too. What people are like, who got a cousin out there, or knows someone out here, or plays video games with this like, dude, it's who went to college with that person.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you can. I mean, the world's pretty small.
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
can make some shit happen.
Yeah, I want to ask you a blunt question. Mm-hmm. Does Maine grow the best weed in the world right now?
I don't want to say they're growing the best weed, and that's like a loaded question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do like when people ask this shit, because
Yep.
like when people are like, "Oh, Cali has the best," it's like, all right, listen, it's not that Maine's growing the best weed in the world. It's not that Cali's growing the best weed in the world. Cali's producing a lot of super fire. Okay,
Yeah, I
they're
think they still
producing a
got it.
lot of like cool stuff. Like, I feel like it's a lot more like candy. Like, when people think Cali, they think fucking za.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I feel like Maine is like really doing some different stuff. You got
Yeah.
guys who are really trying to do different stuff with organics, or like bring back certain stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, look at how Chris Compound fucking, like, look what they're doing
Blue
with
Lobster
fucking with
stuff.
the Blue Lobster
Yeah.
out in fucking Cali.
Yep.
Where it's like shit kind of switched
Yeah.
where people are trying to get Cali shit out here. And now it's like, oh, yeah, we got to bring that
Yeah.
East Coast shit. I mean, even my boys who do a whole bunch of shit in New York, like, they were all dealing with fucking so much spray pack, all that crazy, insane fucking box, fucking candy shit. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? The cereal box weed comes with the toys, all that shit. And it's like, he was talking, he's like, it's dead. Like the spray is dead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people want real shit now.
That's why
People
Maine's
want
killing
real, yeah. Maine is actually putting out products that people want and remember, and yeah, the nostalgia thing.
Yeah, variety. And I talked to a lot of Maine growers. I want to try to have more on here.
I mean, look at all these Cali fucking brands, dude. I'm not saying anything bad about anybody, like, yo, like Dahmer Foes Fire. Like, you know what I mean? You have all those brands that are fucking fire, but like, dude, it's mainly candy.
Yeah.
Like Tenco.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like
Yeah.
all these fucking
Yeah, what,
things.
like,
Whether or
different-
not it's fucking, oh, there's lemon tree in it, but there's Skittles too.
Yeah.
And there's like, you know,
Yeah. I just wonder, you know how you were talking about how all the strains are like hybridized? Mm-hmm. I wonder, like, looking at booze or like tobacco or even food, right? And things got kind of like bland. People always talk about this would taste this way or whatever back then. That is happening. I can't even say I wonder if that will happen with weed. That's happening. Right?
I mean, look at people. They do those fusion restaurants. They do all types of stuff. That's essentially
And those are the ones that are
cooking, dude.
popular.
It's like you look at these chefs who go from here, here, and here. It's like, okay, yeah, they have a style of cooking, but they're gonna take what they've learned from everywhere they went, and they're gonna fucking turn it to their own style.
Yes.
You know, so it's like, okay, you may make something that has a different flavor because you learned this here.
I think it's just commerce too. That's what I've learned doing business in New York too. Is weed's just another thing. People are like, oh, it's popping in New York, whatever. I'm like, dude, it's just another thing. They're like, it's so much more expensive out there. It's like, have you bought anything in New York before? Anything at all, ever? You know, it's just another thing.
Yeah, man.
It's just a thing. And so I was talking to someone the other day about like what popular restaurants would be, like, and why. The niche, like a smash burger spot, a bagel spot, a donut shop, like those things, or like even like a little fusion spot, a sushi spot, even like a specific thing. You can't, like, what restaurants are really popular now that are like have a bunch of shit, like a fucking American, like, who goes to fucking Friendlies anymore? No one goes to fucking TGI Fridays, like Applebee's. Like, even if it's not Applebee's, it's that style.
Asian culture.
But they're still there.
Yeah.
You know, just like Bud Light is still there. But there's like when I went to my
Breweries on every corner.
but I went to my brother's for Thanksgiving, and he had like all these nice wines. It wasn't like fucking Josh Sellers. You know, and that's why.
Yellowtail.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was talking about, how like we smoke. Like, we're caviar eaters. You know, so like we're just learning that people say that there's a downtick in weed, or like people like to complain about shit. I'm like, no, dude, like more people are smoking weed. It's becoming more
That's
legal.
why people. I mean, people
There's
I
more
talk to are
opportunities.
like, oh man, it's slow.
You're
It's
just not
slow.
good at it.
It's like, no, not even that. It's like, yo, it's because there's not. Yeah, okay, people are buying shitty weed, but like they're slow because they can barely afford the fucking weed in the first place. Or like the people who really smoke weed, like
It's an essential product.
yeah, they're not gonna stop smoking high end shit.
Yeah.
like there's not. It's
They would just not smoke
happening.
weed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, like, dude, like it's like I almost can move more. You can get rid of more flour
Yeah.
if you have something that
Yes.
everybody wants versus like, yeah, I got fucking $80 zips. All right, sick. That's disgusting. But people want it because it's convenient for them.
It's funny. It's just a popular product too. That's the thing. Like, people got to jump on it. People got to, pivot. Like we were talking about, going all the way back to the High Bazaar, as a kind of like a trampoline to the next thing. And if you can't make your footprint and be different, like we were talking about in the city, like you have to have something special, and you have to make the product. You have to be the artist. You have to be the crafter. Like, what makes you different and special than everyone else that's doing it? Because you're not going to be able to make it. And I think that is in the industry now. People used to just get away with just they had the weed, right? And we've been there, done that 10 times. So I think why we've stuck around and why we've done well in our own ways, and that's why I was telling you in the beginning that, like, dude, I'm proud of you. Like, because I look at what you do, and even myself, I'm like, we've been doing this together in our own ways for a long time, you know. And when I'm dealing with whatever the fuck I'm dealing with, and you know, as I'm in like the legal market, so sometimes people hate on me for that, right? So when I look at someone like you of what you're doing, it makes me feel better about like where I've been, where I've come from. There's like other people like me. That's why me and Trav are really close again. Like, and like us, like we become close again, and all this shit. It's like it's nice to see it because you know the hard work, you know the difference, right? So you have to, if you're gonna do this shit now, you have to fucking
no,
be
it's your
different.
whole life too. Like, this isn't like, yo, this is your 9 to 5, and it's way more than a 9 to 5. It's a 9 to 5, and then you're fucking getting to your other job at fucking 5:30, and you're going till fucking 10:30, 11.
Yeah.
Like, your life has to be this.
Do you contemplate why?
Yeah, dude, it's like, yeah, because I was gonna stop like fucking a little over a year ago. I was gonna get that food truck, and then like just some shit happened where it's like, no, it's like there's more to this than just like, this is what, you know, I didn't think I loved it. And it's like, no, I love it. But like, no, dude, this is what I am.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why? Yeah, dude, it's super stressful.
Mm-hmm. I think
super stressful doing everything. But like, I wouldn't trade. You know what else is super stressful? Going fucking punching a clock for some other asshole and building his restaurant and taking care of 40-year-old men.
Yep.
Making sure that the food is cooked right, and like, I'm good.
Right. And there's something to this that is ingrained in us. And that's why it's so nice to have you on here, bro. And we're trying to shoot these more consistently. We're not that far from each other. Come on.
What,
more.
like have like multi people?
Have
you ever done that?
Not yet. Let's do that.
You ain't got a mic for that one.
We gotta
Like
get more
a different
mics.
table, yeah. How much are mics? How much are these bad boys?
I don't remember.
Are they crazy?
No.
I'll just buy my own mic.
Yeah. A mic for Mike.
Yeah, dude.
But dude, this is perfect. We're like right at an hour. And I think the big That's what I'm saying, man. Like, you got
You're like, how much time do you guys? I got a few hours.
Yeah.
Dude.
Exactly. I just we're happy to have you on here, and I want you to come on consistently. And we could talk more about these things because, like I told you, this podcast is more of like us just, talking about the nuts and bolts and the emotions that come into like what we make and why. And I think a lot of the end consumers and people that are like kind of buying whatever they need, like that, like nice jar for nostalgia, right? They like to find out the emotions that go into how the product is made and distributed. So I really appreciate you, bro. Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
on.
no, thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, we're getting stoned. Today's gonna be a good day.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.